Number 15. Itha Restaurant. While eating at a restaurant by the beach offers diners an amazing ambiance, Itha Restaurant takes things a few steps further by allowing diners to eat underwater. Built on a private island in the Maldives, this restaurant was opened in April of 2005 and is located 5 meters below sea level. The restaurant is essentially a curved tank that offers a 270-degree panoramic underwater view, and as they dine, customers can gaze at scenic coral gardens and marine animals drifting by. Now, we must warn you that getting a reservation here is nearly impossible, as the restaurant seats just 14 people and requires reservations to be made well in advance. However, when you consider that its food and ambiance helped it to win the Global Restaurant of the Year award in 2017, we'd say that trying to get a table here may just be worth the effort. Number 14. Au Noir. While most of the restaurants on this list will feature a beautiful ambiance, Au Noir goes against the grain by taking this all away. Located in both Montreal and Toronto, Au Noir is a restaurant that shuts off the lights and makes diners eat in the dark. Now, the idea behind this is twofold. The first is one's sense of touch, hearing, taste, and smell are amplified, thus allowing them to better enjoy the food in front of them. Yet the second is that after only 1 or 2 hours in complete darkness, customers gain a better understanding of what it's like to be blind. This is crucial because it helps them relate better to the restaurant's waitstaff, all of whom are visually impaired. As such, eating at this restaurant is truly a unique sensual experience. Number 13. The Bird's Nest Restaurant. When it comes to treetop dining, there are few establishments that come anywhere close to the Bird's Nest Restaurant. Located in Soniva Kiri Eco Resort, the restaurant is essentially in the shape of a massive bird nest. Consisting of just one table, it sits about 5 meters above the ground. Its open-air design gives patrons impressive views of the surrounding beach, and it's known for having exceptionally tasty food. However, given that the cooking up in the treetops would not be advisable, the restaurant instead made the decision to have all the food and drinks made at ground level, and when completed, the dishes are then delivered to diners via a zip line. So if you want a truly one-of-a-kind experience, then the Bird's Nest Restaurant is the place to be. Number 12. Robot Restaurant. Now, we know you've probably heard that robots are the technology of the future many times before. However, in Japan, life-size robots really are a thing of the present. That's because in the capital city of Tokyo, you can visit Robot Restaurant, which stands apart due to it offering a truly crazy experience. After all, not only are you served by robots, but perhaps more impressively, you get to experience a sensory overload of acrobats, dancers, musicians, and massive machines dancing and singing in a multicolored, shining, and loud environment. And while this attraction may seem a little strange to many, it certainly is a must-see next time you're in Japan. Number 11. Keramas Aero Park. For most people, dining on board an airplane is an uncomfortable affair. After all, be it the bad food, long wait times, or lack of elbow room, there are many things that work against your dining experience. However, the owners of Keramas Aero Park have tried to shake that narrative by making dining on a plane a 5-star experience. Located on the island of Bali in Indonesia, the restaurant is made out of the shell of a decommissioned Boeing 737 series airplane. Now, passengers first begin their experience by receiving a boarding pass and are then ushered aboard the plane. Yet rather than have crammed seats, the plane instead has tables spaced well apart from each other, making a lack of legroom a thing of the past. From there, the diners can feast on cuisine from around the world, and once done can even pose for pictures either in the cockpit or on the wings. As such, if you're an aviation aficionado, then the Keramas Aero Park is a must-see. Number 10. Ultraviolet Restaurant. Generally speaking, going to a restaurant is pretty easy. After all you have to do is jump in your car, punch the address on Google Maps, and drive over. However, at Shanghai's Ultraviolet Restaurant, the travel process isn't so easy. Opened in 2012 by French chef Paul Perret, a conscious decision was made to make this restaurant difficult to find. That's because rather than publish their location, Ultraviolet Restaurant keeps their address top secret. How do they do this? Well, it turns out that the diners are first instructed to enter a shuttle bus, and this bus then discreetly brings them to the restaurant's hidden location. From there, they file into a... It is at this point that the magic begins. You see, each course is hand-selected by the chef and has a set of visual, auditory, and sensory aids that go along with it. And be it in intense heart-raising music or soft, cool colors, these changes in ambience are designed to make each dish taste exceptionally good. These intense feelings are spread across 20 different courses, with Ultraviolet's team of over 20 waitstaff and production crew members controlling every minute. So unless you're willing to fork over between $600 and $900 just for one meal, then you may have to look elsewhere. Number 9. The Poop Cafe. While food and bathrooms aren't two things that typically mix, Toronto's Poop Cafe is an exception to the rule. That's because this washroom-themed restaurant takes the poop emoji to a whole new level. Located in the city's Koreatown neighborhood, when customers come in, they first have to find a seat at one of the many toilet bowls on location. From there, they can pick a dish from a dessert menu, with each sweet treat being served in a miniature toilet bowl. To top this off, the cafe has a variety of washroom-themed touches, with these including bathroom jokes on the walls, plunger-shaped lights on the ceilings, and a sweets table shaped like a massive toilet bowl. Yet it should be noted that this idea isn't new, as Poop Cafe owner Lien Wen first got the idea after vacationing in Taiwan and visiting a toilet bowl cafe there. The experience was so great that it prompted her to make one in Toronto, and because of this type of themed restaurant was so foreign in the West, it attracted a lot of attention. However, given that the reviews of the restaurant are pretty mediocre, we'd say that she may have to fix the shitty food if she doesn't want the restaurant's financials to continue to get flushed down the toilet.
We're constantly adding more people to the Top 5's production team to bring you all the best content. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on and hit the like button.
Number 8. Ingalera. Generally speaking, most people try to stay far away from prison. However, if you decide to take a trip out to Milan's Ingalera restaurant, then you can be fed by a group of men currently serving time behind bars. Located at the city's Bollate prison, with the exception of the head waiter and head chef, the restaurant is entirely staffed by inmates. The idea behind the restaurant is for prisoners to learn culinary and customer service skills that they can then take with them outside of prison. And this is amplified by the fact that the restaurant is a fine dining establishment. Now, this initiative is possible because Bollate Prison is currently the only open-cell prison in all of Italy, as it's one of the few in the world where in Trabocco. If you happen to like seafood and Italian cuisine, then you can't go wrong with taking a trip to Italy's Trabocchi coast. Located along the Adriatic Sea in the province of Chieti, the region is famous for its vast amounts of trabocchi. In essence, there are complex fishing platforms that work by using an array of wide nets to intercept the schools of fish traversing the rocky outcrops along the coast. And while in the olden days these fish would have been collected and sold at a seafood market, more recently many Trabocco owners have decided to convert their fishing platforms into full-out restaurants. These restaurants operate by first catching a wide array of fish during the day. These fish are then served to a full view of the sea as they eat. However, we must warn you that seating at these restaurants is often quite limited, and you may need to wait for months in order to get a reservation. So if you plan on visiting this part of Italy in the upcoming months, it would be advisable to book a reservation well in advance. Number 6. The Rock. While Zanzibar may not be a vacation destination that's on most people's radars, The Rock may just make a flight out to the country worth a former fisherman's post. This luxurious seafood restaurant is fully surrounded by water at high tide. Once there, you're seated at what makes for a beautiful dining experience. However, keep in mind that it's pretty pricey. After all, a two-person meal with a starter, main course, and 2 cocktails will run you about $90. However, given the beauty of the restaurant, we'd say that the higher-than-average price is certainly worth it. Number 5. Caverns Grotto. If you like a dining experience like in Peach Springs, Arizona, that's because the establishment takes deep flavor to a whole new level by serving a nod to its Gold Rush-era roots by making its food go through a rather interesting transportation process, where the auditory and visual experience of eating in a massive cave is like no other, and some even opt to stay the night by sleeping at the Grand Canyon Caverns Cave Suite, which is a hotel room located 67 meters below surface level and is widely advertised as being the largest, deepest, darkest, oddly considered to be one of the best places in Europe to party. Yet when the restaurant Sublimotion first opened in 2014, the island's reputation truly went through the roof. That's because as far as dining experiences go, there are few restaurants in the world that come anywhere close to Sublimotion. On the surface, the restaurant offers a fine dining experience, as its menu consists of a 20-course dinner that's spread across 3 hours. This is served by staff consisting of 25 professional waiters and is cooked by 2-star Michelin chef Paco. Getting a spot at this exclusive table is extremely tricky. To make matters worse, Sublimotion is only open from June 1st to September 30th, making it very hard to get a reservation. Thus, when you further consider that it costs about $2,000 for just one meal, it becomes clear that this restaurant is not accessible to most. Number 3. The Heart Attack Grill. Out of all the fast food places in America, none are stunned. That's because rather than follow the trend of creating a restaurant that served up healthy food, John decided to do the exact opposite by telling people things like, "Don't come here every day of the week, it'll kill your thesis in school," and turn it into a national sensation overnight. Now, the reason why the restaurant is so famous is that it truly lives up to its name. When customers come in, they're dressed in hospital gowns by a team of waitresses dressed like nurses, and then they're weighed on a scale. And if they come in at over 350 pounds, double 19,900 calories. This is then complemented by all-you-can-eat fries, buttermilk fat milkshakes, and even unfiltered cigarettes. Interestingly enough, if customers opt to not finish the outfits, the Heart Attack Grill has received plenty of negative press over the years. Yet despite the hate, the restaurant continues to attract patrons, despite the owner telling people not to eat there. Therefore, while the restaurant may be unhealthy, at least it doesn't try to hide the fact that it's killing its patrons. Number 2. Triglione Restaurant. If you happen to live in a big city such as New York, Los Angeles, Toronto, or London, then chances are you've seen your fair share of pop-up restaurants. Yet in 2018, the owners of Tibet's Triglione Restaurant made a name for themselves by creating a pop-up restaurant on the...
Thank you for watching my video, guys, and please like and subscribe my YouTube channel, and so now I can have also my fellow man. I can share my blessing to help. Thank you so much. God bless.